Jitters came about was Bill and I were in New York City, and we went to see David Mamet's A Life in the Theater. And we left the theater, we're walking up the street, and Bill said to me, what do you think? I said, I didn't care for it, Bill. He said, I didn't either. He said, you know what? He said, you could write a better play about the theater than that. I said, you think so? He said, yeah. So I went home and started making notes for Jitters right away.
Look at me! Knots in my stomach, it's only a preview!
There must be an easier way to make a living.
We don't have 2 minutes.
Well, then we'll make 2 minutes, won't we?
Now, Jessica, please!
Actors who drink and make phone calls at 3 a.m. make me glad I'm front of house.
If I get slaughtered, I want it to be my own fault. They won't know an actor wouldn't do a moment. That's not who they'll blame.
If I were mad, I would take you outside and pummel you!
And Jitters, of course, is what Bill and I went through putting on Leaving Home with the Tarragon.
Right.
That's where that comes from. And of course, some experiences from other productions. But basically the germ of the play is what we went through putting on that play here.
Jitters is a play about a theater company putting on a show that may or may not go to New York. It was written in the 70s by David French, who's well known to Soul Pepper audiences. It's his first big balls to the wall comedy, and it's a spectacular play. It's very funny. Plot-wise, they're putting on a play, and it's about how well or not well they do. A lot of people don't know at all what it is to rehearse a play.
Oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Think hard! George, he's all yours!
You're the one who has to live with yourself. If you chicken out now...
I'm only human!
Because Noises Off was written and produced 2 years after Jitters. But it got to Broadway first. We had 8 offers to go to Broadway. 8 offers. Bill and I chose the wrong person. And June Havoc was in it. She wouldn't do the play as written. And then another actor named Jack Aronson, he wouldn't do the play as written. It was like the first reading of the play. I stood there listening to this reading and knowing that I was screwed. It was so awful, the reading. When we went to Philadelphia, and we got bad reviews for the opening. We even went to the producer and offered to give up our royalties if they would fire them, those two people, those 2 actors, and they wouldn't do it. I mean, nobody in the history of the theater had ever offered to give up their royalties, but we did. If they would get rid of them, it was terribly painful. Because we all knew what we had in our hands. We had a show that everybody in New York was talking about. It's all about timing. Meanwhile, Noises Off got to Broadway first. So that was the end of that. The one that should have taken off was Jitters, and it never had a chance.
There's a tinge of melancholy with this because David was in every second of every rehearsal for Leaving Home, Of the Fields Lately, and Saltwater Moon, and Jitters. And last time we did Jitters, he was dying of cancer, and he was there in the rehearsal hall every single day. And this is the first time that I've done a David French play without him in the room. So hopefully we'll do him proud.